the Carson Girls Choir 20th Anniversary and Homecoming. It is so exciting for us to celebrate together with the many alumni who have been able to join with us tonight. We would like to recognize the dedication of so many girls who have been a part of this program throughout the last 2 decades. We would also like to acknowledge the efforts of the parents, volunteers, and sponsors for the contributions to this choir.
The Carson Girls Choir was formed in the fall of 1988 under the direction of Mrs. Dittman as director and Debbie Burt as accompanist, with the ideas of Bonnie Bridge and Shelia Haig and the support of Leslie's husband Ron. She established this ensemble to provide an opportunity for young singers.
Throughout the years, choir members have participated in performances, festivals, competitions, provincially, nationally, and internationally.
We will begin the night with the Canadian selection, We Rise Again, with Katie Wood as soloist. We have invited Greg Bird to give an opening prayer and blessing on the food. Then, as the song says, we invite you to close your eyes and surrender as we treat you with the song Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera. Please feel comfortable to eat while we are singing.
Our Heavenly Father, we're grateful this evening to be gathered here together in the presence of these beautiful young ladies with exceptional talent, which has been fostered and taught through the many years of Mrs. Dittman's dedication and vision and love for these girls. And the love is reciprocated by these girls back to her. It is evident through the presence here of the former girls that have come back to sing and to share in this joyous occasion. We're grateful for Mrs. Dittman's teaching ability and her love to bring this program to Cardston, and for how it's developed these young ladies to be good emissaries for our community. We're grateful for all those that have helped and assisted throughout the years to make this program such a successful program. We ask a blessing upon these young ladies as they sing tonight, that they'll sing with their hearts, and we will enjoy and appreciate the performance this evening. We're grateful for the food that we have. We ask Thee to bless it, that we may better serve our community and our fellow men through the strength that we derive from it. We're grateful for those that have prepared it and those that serve and help this evening. Now we're grateful to be here and relax and enjoy of the beauties of nature and of the beauties of this good choir. And we say this humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Sensation,
program includes experiencing and performing choral music written by great composers of the past, as well as prominent present-day composers and arrangers.
We would like to acknowledge our new accompanist, Christopher Dittman. Leslie says he began his music career playing Name That Tune with his mom as he banged out rhythms on pots and pans when he was very young. Christopher has enjoyed his study of piano, organ, trumpet, and singing throughout his life. As his mom says, who would have thought that he would eventually be a member of the Carson Girls Choir?
Hartson Girls Choir will now present an intricate aria from Bach's Cantata number 93.
Following tradition, the girls will be serving you dinner tonight. If you have any special needs, such as milk allergies or sugar issues, please let your server know and we will try to accommodate you. There is coffee at the back for those who would like some.
This is my sister Kelsey and my sister Candace. We are 3 out of 5 Burt girls. The other 2 who did sing in choir back when we were in junior high and high school are off in places and they can't make it tonight. So we'll do our best in their absence as well. We are singing The Water is Wide.
So go and
national treasures in our repertoire whenever we share our music.
The next three pieces have been written or arranged by Stephen Hatfield, a notable Canadian composer. Queen Jane is a tragic tale of Jane Seymour, the third wife of King Henry VIII, who tragically died giving birth to Edward VI. Cantor's placed first at the Alberta Music Provincial Festival a few weeks ago in the 19 years and under category. This was one of their selections. We were especially thrilled with our first place award because the choir that placed second, usually places first for Canada. Was the Edmonton Choir ever surprised? Go Cardston, go!
This will be followed by Booza at Zion and When It Was Yet Dark. These three songs are great examples of the way Canadian choral music has embraced world music in the last decade.
As was mentioned, these three selections are composed and arranged by Stephen Hatfield. And I just wanted to mention a little bit about him. He lives in the rainforest on Vancouver Island. He's really big into theater and multicultural music and choral music and everything under the sun. Many years ago, the elementary school choir was able to work with him, and he was just the most interesting and alive person. It's so fun and wonderful for us to have Canadian composers that are writing and arranging such wonderful music.
When We're the grade 12 girls from the choir, and this is Sam, I'm Janine, and this is Kate. And we're going to sing Scarborough Fair, and we're going to dedicate it to all the alumni who sing this.
year, we are honoring our past accompanists. They have committed a tremendous amount of time sharing their talents with our girls while juggling families and their personal lives. In order for us to sing and perform well, we need excellent accompanists. We have been so fortunate to have talent available to us throughout the years. Tonight, we will feature Melody Rasmussen on the piano and Karen Wood on the flute for Song for the Myra. This will be followed by Alana Levitt with Eyes the Bud. Debbie Burt will then accompany us on our last selection, Kate Breton Lullaby, one of Carson Girls Choir's most beloved Canadian selections. On behalf of Mrs. Dittman and all past and present members of CGC, we would like to thank all of these women for being here with us tonight.
a cappella songs that we sang over in Hawaii, which is called Bread Making, which was one of our favorite songs. And I've just been asked to really, really emphasize the fact that we have not seen this music in over 17 years. So be patient with this. And we just wanted to dedicate this, since the choir dedicated one to us, we'd like to dedicate to them and just let them know that what a wondrous thing the choir is, and to really enjoy their time there, because it is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and you'll be hard-pressed to ever be able to repeat the experience. So bread making by the old ladies.
It's the last rose of summer, and it's arranged by Benjamin Britt.
She doesn't want to brag about herself, but Kamala just won, so you think you can sing opera. So congratulations to you.
Is the
opportunities that we have as members of the choir is to travel at home and abroad as ambassadors for our little community, province, and country. The choir has traveled from sea to sea, from British Columbia to Nova Scotia. They have performed in most Canadian provinces and northern states, including Hawaii. Completed 2 international tours, including England, Denmark, Germany, and Austria. The choir has entertained President Monson and sang happy birthday to the past prophet of the LDS Church, President Hinckley.
Exchanging music and culture exchange with others has been a definite highlight for us all. Our next segment presents pieces from Hungary, the kissing song from former Yugoslavia and Africa. Singing in other languages and experiencing music from other cultures widens our understanding of people from other times and places. How fortunate we are to be able to experience human thoughts and emotions through music. Music is truly an international language.
Congratulations to this year's Cardston Girls Choir. They received a 97 in Edmonton for singing Cape Breton Lullaby and Niska Banya. This will be a hard one to top. We finished our program tonight and would like to thank Donna Prince for catering our lovely meal. We also want to thank the parents and former girls who helped behind the scenes to make this evening possible.
feeling good, just a little bit of breath. What a wonderful evening, and what wonderful, wonderful people to share it with. I just have a few thank yous that I'd like to give. We really appreciated everybody who donated to this evening. Our honorary accompanists, bless your souls. All of our women that have accompanied in the past have managed careers and families and piano lessons, and it was really a gift of love. And I appreciate each one of you for it. We appreciate the decoration, yes. Thanks to those who donated decorations, tickets, to Mark Easthope for his tremendous job on mics and sound, the programs. Thank you, Mark. The programs that were supplied by Western School Division, the town of Cardston for the use of the building, and just a little note, they paid for half of our kilts 20 years ago, along with businesses in town that donated $75 each towards our program. I thank you. I'd like to thank the many service clubs and donors that we've had throughout the year. Everything really matters and counts. We're a small community, we're not an especially wealthy community, and people have really been willing to give, and it's really helped us out. We thank for all of those that helped us. It's mostly helped with our travel wear and our uniforms. I'd like to thank our hardworking parent community, the Friends of the Cardston Girls Choir, and each of you who purchased tickets tonight. The money that from this program will go to help and support each girl individually and our choir as a whole. I would like to recognize all of the girls who sang with this choir from the very first dinner concert back in 1989. Who was there? Who went to Vancouver? Same ones who went to Vancouver. We did 2 tours in a row. Who went to Hawaii? Who went to Ontario, 95? Who went on, what was our next one, 98 to Europe our first time? And then we went back to 2000 where we sang at Unisong in Ottawa. Who did that one? And then we went to Europe again, 2007. Who did that one? We hope to be able to go do a big trip again next year, so we really appreciate the support. I am so proud and fortunate to be able to take such beautiful girls out into the world from our community, and they do represent you. They represent our, like I said, our community and our country, and there's a lot that goes along when you are an ambassador. I just want the girls to know that in my life, rehearsing and sharing music together has created bonds that are never broken. I love these beautiful young women. I am proud of their dedication and their accomplishments, and I want to honor each and every one of them tonight. We have about 250 more that we hope to see sometime through the years. Finally, I'd like to thank my family for the support and help. Ron has spent countless hours cooking roasts in the past, asking businesses for donations, and planning many tours with lots of details. I've had a chance to travel with all of my 4 children, and I thank them for what they have done and what they still continue to do to contribute to this program. What a joy it has been for me as a mother to share a passion of mine with each one of them. We'd like to end tonight with an Irish blessing. The word's so appropriate. The message is for you, and the message is for each one of us.
Just before we sing, Leslie, one more thing.
We would like to take this time to pay a special tribute from all the members in the current and past Cardston Girls Choir, but first we need to establish who those members are.
So here is a simple checklist to see if you may have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir.
You might have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if you know what a kilt is and you know never to iron it directly, and this is learned by experience. And if your weight changes, you simply move the buttons.
You might be a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if you know that looking away from Mrs. Ditman's eyes while in the middle of a song will cause a lightning bolt to strike you in your very spot.
You might have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if you know the ins and outs of the Chinook Tours bus. Never sit at the back on a long trip, and you can pick the Kenleys out of a crowd.
You might have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if you know that no matter what you do, you will never get your body to move as graceful as Cheryl McMurray's as she teaches the choreography.
You might have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if you called everybody in the phone book, even the ones you don't know, to see if they want dinner concert tickets.
You might have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if boys' choirs can still make you squeal.
You might have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if you know that no matter what you add to it, red travel outfits will never look good on you.
You might have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if you find yourself staggering your breathing while jogging with a friend.
You might have been a member of Cardston Girls Choir if you know how to sing at least 5 different languages but have no idea what you just said.
You might have been a member of Cardston Girls Choir if you own a pair of navy nylons.
Because nobody really does, right? Except us. We keep them in business. You might have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if your college pajamas consisted of multicolored Cardston Girls Choir t-shirts.
You might have been a member of Cardston Girls Choir if you've ever envied Ron Dittman at a travel stop. He gets to use the empty men's washroom as you stand in line for half an hour to use the ladies'.
You might have been a member of Cardston Girls Choir if your entire family has a number and you number off to be sure everyone is present before leaving the driveway.
You might have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if, while looking for a spare penny, you immediately looked to your shoes.
You might have been a member of Cardston Girls Choir if you know every song on every CD ever put out by the choir.
You might have been a member of the Cardston Girls Choir if you have slept in a stranger's home while on holidays on at least 2 occasions.
You might have been a member of Cardston Girls Choir if, while preparing to go to a concert, any concert, doesn't matter what kind of a concert, you pull your hair out of your eyes and you put in your smaller earrings.
You might have been a member of Cardston Girls Choir if you're on a date and you look over your shoulder expecting to see Mr. Dittman's non-approving look.
You might have been a member of Cardston Girls Choir if you have wonderful memories and friendships with people from all over the world.
Now we know who the members are, and we'd like to say a few well-deserved thank yous.
To the friends of Cardston Girls Choir, thank you. Without your help, we couldn't put on events like this wonderful dinner concert. We want to thank all of the accompanists for their hard work in learning the pieces, leaving their families and lives behind to come on tour, and for coming to every practice. We felt your commitment and appreciate the way you support us.
We want to thank all the parents that have put in their time to make Cardston Girls Choir the success it is today. Thanks for pushing us out the door so we can make it on time for practices, and for driving us to where we needed to go. And for those parents that came on tour, thank you. A special thank you goes out to those that helped for this dinner concert.
And last but not least, we want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Dittman for the countless hours they put into Cardston Girls Choir. This is most often their life. Mrs. Dittman puts her heart and soul into every girls' choir practice and everything she does for girls' choir. A lot of the things she does for this choir we never see, but we love and thank her for it. They both always try to provide an experience for us that will make each of us a better person. Mr. and Mrs. Dittman, we are always proud to wear the Cardston Girls Choir logo because of you. Thank you for all the sacrifices that you've made on our behalf. For that and for everything you do, we are forever grateful. Thank you for giving us the gift of music. Burt, Alana Levitt, Melody Rasmussen, Chris Dittman, and Mr. and Mrs. Dittman, please come up.
We also want to mention also Michelle Alders-Moores and Patty Bealert, who couldn't be with us tonight, who are also past accompanists.